Okay, so it's Tuesday night. Um, the reason I didn't, there's no clips from throughout the day is because today was really boring. Well, nobody really did anything. The piano got tuned, if you want to mark that down. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. We watched a movie, which is what we do when we're bored. The whole reason that I'm not really doing anything now is because, school starts next week, and for everyone else, school has already started, so it's like we can't hang out and stuff. But, yeah, hopefully things get more eventful when school starts. I'm pretty sure it will be, so stay tuned for that. Shout out to the viewers in South Africa. Hey! Exciting stuff, right? I know. Yeah, so tonight was the State of the Union address. President Obama. For some reason, I was going to say like President something else. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, President Obama addressed members of Congress, the House of Representatives, and I thought he did a really good job. I thought, he was. I mean, I personally like Obama, so um, he did a pretty good job in my eyes. I think he could have been a little more detailed about his plans. Like he was very general in what he wants to do, talking about education and jobs and stuff. I wish he had provided a little more detail. But to me, that's like, I know a lot of pundits were saying that, oh, why didn't he just lay it out? Why didn't he just say, well, this is what we have to do? Why didn't he focus more on this and that? And to me, that's not what you do in a State of the Union address. Like, you give us the State of the Union, and then everything else going forward, present that to Congress and so forth and so on, and then work it out. You know? I think he did a smart thing by not getting too detailed, because I think he would have lost the attention of a lot of people watching. So, he's a smart dude. He knows what he's doing. He also didn't talk about his view on guns, which probably makes sense considering what happened in Tucson a couple weeks ago. So, he was pretty smart. He talked about education a lot, which I don't know if that's one of the reasons that I think it was such a good speech, because I'm a double major and one of my majors is education. So I don't know if that's why I'm kind of like partisan to it, but partisan, I don't think that was the right word. Anyways, yeah, but he talked about that, and he talked about, teachers not getting enough respect these days and whatever, and I don't know, it made me really excited when he started talking about it, because I was like, oh my gosh, he totally gets it. He gets why I'm doing education, which is weird because like my own friends and some of my family like don't even get it. They're like, what? Like, do you know how much teachers make and this and that, and they don't get benefits? And I'm just like, honestly, I think if you are going to become a teacher, it has to be in spite of those things, because teaching is not, it's not about money. It's about the kids. It's about the students. It's about, what you're doing for them. You want to make the life, and I think even he said this, you want to make a child's life better, be a good teacher. And for a while I used to be like, oh man, it felt kind of weird because like everybody wants to do something in the medical field, everybody wants to be some kind of scientist, and I wanted to be a teacher, and everybody's like, oh, okay, good for you. And so it felt really good that, the president of my country recognizes how important teachers are. And I think a lot of people take them for granted, which is sad, because you can look up to the doctor, you can look up to the lawyer, but there had to be a teacher that helped them along the way, that encouraged them along the way. So, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, teachers are really, really important, and I want to be that kind of teacher that, people remember when they graduate from Yale or whatever, and they're up there on that podium and they remember their seventh grade teacher that, really encouraged them, or whatever it is that hopefully I do for somebody. So, but yeah, his speech was really good. That's, one of the things that I love about him which I know he's a guy, he's a man. When it comes down to it, he's human. He's got faults. But I mean, like I admire that he's a dreamer. And I think if you look at his entire speech, that was what it was. He was talking about big things, he was talking about big plans, he was talking about the promise of the country, the promise of a good education. And a lot of people are like, oh, you know, we can't do that. We can't this, we can't that. Look at what you're doing. You're messing it up. You're making it worse, this and that. And I mean, some people, I think, and there was a saying that I think one of my Facebook friends put up, that the higher you soar, the smaller you appear to people on the ground. And it's like he has these lofty ideas, and he's got these big dreams for the country and these big dreams for the youth. And it seems unreachable, unattainable for some people. They can't dream along with him. And it's kind of sad because that's what our country's founded on. You know, the dream of you can make it no matter what. You can make it no matter who you are or where you come from or what your, you know, class is. And I really hope that, you know, that people get up and support him and try to at least put some of his plans into action. Because, I mean, I don't agree with everything he does. He's very liberal. But I think he's what the country needs now. And I think, and I believe that God's in control of everything, and if he wasn't meant to be president, then he wouldn't be president. And I think that God gives us leaders according to the times that we live in and the challenges that we face. And I think that for right now, he's the right leader. So, I'm getting really political tonight. I don't know what it is, but, yeah, I hope, you know, I hope he works it out. I hope he gets to achieve some of the things that he wants to achieve, and that that people get behind him and support him. The responses by the Republicans were just like, you know, well, there were two responses, sadly. The Republican response and the Tea Party response, which I think is ridiculous, but I mean, it's their right to their government and, you know, speak up and whatever it is, but it was the Tea Party's response was completely different from the Republican Party's response, which is just kind of weird because they're the same party. But anyways, that has been my Tuesday. So I will see you tomorrow. It's late. It's like after 12. It's like almost 1 actually. So yeah, don't bash my president, people. He's doing his best. Yeah. Good night. See you tomorrow.